Welcome back everyone to another video. Today is day number 5 of my 12 days of Christmas tutorials, and what I've got for you today is the 1:1 scale T-70/Resistance X-wing, and oddly enough I've never ever made one of these before in a tutorial sense, and I thought that's why I'd add it into this sort of special Christmas lineup, was that it's something new and something that is definitely well overdue. And in this video you can see we've got 2 variants here, well 4 technically, but obviously 2 different colour schemes and then 2 variants of each. I thought for a change of kind of X-wing design, we'll actually do the Poe Dameron specific version, and this is his first version of the X-wing painted in the black and orange colour scheme, rather than his later one which was like white and blue and orange, I think. So I thought that'd be a nice change of pace, and we will do both the open and closed variants in this build. We'll start with the closed one as the kind of base model, and then the open version will be sort of a modification of that. The only thing you really need to change in terms of setup is ensuring that if you are wanting to do the open version, you just leave an extra block of space between the ground and the build itself. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, this version here won't be in the video as a tutorial, but you're welcome to look at kind of the colours, anything that you need to convert, because then you can just build this model and then convert it over, or you can even just build this from the kind of turnaround here if you like, because it's not too difficult to build. And yeah, so you can pause on any of those angles and you can pretty much work it out yourself. I think it's not too difficult. Otherwise I think that's about all I have to say about it really. Not much else going on. As with a lot of 1:1 scale stuff, there isn't really any room down here to put a cockpit in. If you did want to add one, you'd need to kind of knock that block out there, put a rail in and a minecart, and it would just, you'd lose some of the side profile, but it would add playability, I guess. So it's up to you if you want to do that. I will look at making a 2:1 scale version of this at some point as well, which should have a bit more of a polished cockpit and interior for you to use. But yeah, we're going to do this in the layer system for the kind of main model, which we'll do from bottom to top, and then we will just basically convert that over into this one. And yeah, let's kick off layer number 1. So layer number 1 is going to use this rather interesting selection of materials here. We've got the chiseled polished blackstone, which I don't use very often, polished blackstone slab, the brewing stand, which I honestly don't think I've used maybe more than twice in my career. Lever, iron trapdoor, dark oak trapdoors as well. Technically the chiseled polished blackstone is on the next layer up, but we just need it for placing a lever on. So yeah, anyway, this is my tutorial pad. I'm fed up of going through this explanation. I do this every single time. I'm probably just going to add it as like a new section in the intro, pre-recorded one. But yeah, green line is the front of the build, red line is going to be the back, and the grey lines are the width. This dotted line down the middle is going to be the central line of the width, so anything that goes on the left also goes on the right. You just want to make sure you're mirroring down that line there. Simple. So yeah, I guess let's start. This is kind of where you would decide if you want the landed version or the flight version, because if you are doing the landed version, do it exactly as I'm doing. If you want the flight version, make sure you're doing everything 1 block into the air. Things like your brewing stands probably just be left off, to be honest, if you are doing the flight mode, because they're part of the landing gear technically. But everything else you want to keep on there. So I'm just going to start, I guess, with polished blackstone slab, top half like that, and then make it 2 and 3. Take this chiseled polished blackstone, and we're just going to put it like this, so a lever there, and then I'll just fill my ground layer back in. It's just like that. Brewing stand you want on the left and right of the middle slab, like that. 3 top half iron trapdoors. You're then going to skip 2 blocks. You can use this if you want to mark it out. Another brewing stand, and then a top half dark oak trapdoor. Doesn't look like much yet, but we'll get there. That's what layer 2 is for, which we will swiftly move on to. Again, I can't stress it enough, and I don't want anyone to say that did this wrong, because I've explained it so many times now. All of this, move 1 layer up if you're doing the open wing mode. Yeah, let's move on to layer number 2. So on layer 2, I'm switching out most of the materials here. I've only kept the dark oak trapdoor, I think, and the polished blackstone slab. We need the grey concrete, observer, polished blackstone stairs and wall, acacia slab and trapdoor, and then the iron bars as well. The iron bars we can get rid of quite quickly, just put them next to the chiseled polished blackstone and do a polished blackstone wall on the left and right like that. Next up, grey concrete, just one. 2 observers facing forwards. This is 3 grey concrete and it should just cover those trapdoors like so. I'm going to do 2 extra and acacia trapdoors on the side of that and flip them both down. 2 final ones there, and then dark oak trapdoor here and there as well. Just going to quickly grab the acacia sign. This is part of this stripe, the orange stripe on the side, there and there. And we also need the orange stained glass pane, which again carries that stripe on, whilst also giving a bit more width to the build, which is what we need. There's 2 of those there, and then a polished blackstone wall. You should see that these observers now are left exposed, and this is where the kind of wing connection point is going to be. This model of X-wing is quite a bit skinnier than the Rebel one, I think, if I remember correctly, which is sort of accurate to the source material. The Resistance one does look a little bit skinnier in some ways, but I think that Rebel X-wing may be overdue a remake at some point as well, so keep an eye out for that. We need the deep slate towel stairs. We're just going to put that upside down on the very front, and that's going to be the actual nose of the ship there, so you can kind of see the shapes coming together, and you can see how it's widening out there towards where the wings are, which is great. Right, polished blackstone stairs now. We want to go to where these observers are, and this is part of the landed mode only. But again, we're going to do the whole landed mode and then just amend it anyway, so you might as well just follow these steps. So you want stairs facing together like that, and again on this side. And these are just above where the brewing stands are. We also need the polished andesite stairs, and there's just 2 of those at a corner, like that. There we go. With the acacia slab next to the polished blackstone stairs, that's 1 and 2. And then a polished blackstone slab. 1 and 2, polished blackstone slab. In fact, I've done those the wrong way around. So the polished blackstone ones are supposed to be normal. Cornered, and these ones aren't. Let's see if that's fixed it. Yeah, so like that basically. My apologies there. Just get confused how to fix these. You want both those facing that way, and then these are corner ones. So you want the polished andesite ones to be straight on. You can actually add 2 more on top because that just rounds off the engines. But I'm going to leave these because I don't know if they're different. So yeah, anyway, back to where we were. We need the dark oak fence gate. You're going to do 1 on the front, 1 on the back of each wingtip. Just like that. Get the acacia trapdoor. Next to where this polished blackstone wall is, do 3 of those top half. And again, 1, 2, and 3. Dark oak fence gate, again, you want it next to this first trapdoor and there as well, so it kind of underhangs quite a bit. That's fine. And then with a skeleton skull on the back. These are obviously representing the ends of the engines, and I know with the skeleton skulls are a bit rare. And so are skeleton skulls, which we're going to use as well in a minute. In some cases, you can leave them off. I think in the most recent updates, or the upcoming updates, the skeleton skulls should be a little easier to obtain because I think they are included in some sort of chest as a reward. I think it might be related to the sort of trial chamber thing that came out, which I haven't got yet. But if that's not the case, let me know in the comments. And if there's any other new materials that function in the same way to the skeleton and with the skeleton skulls, because I'm always trying to find ways to make it more accessible. But yeah, the skeleton skulls go on the back of these to represent the rear end of the weapons. Right, we'll put the observers away. I'm going to get move these up as well. I'm going to get the chains out. That's 1. and then a bottom half stair just like that, and then another chain on the end. So chain, that goes there, and another chain. And I believe that is everything actually. Yeah, okay, cool. That's going to be it for layer number 2. Let's move up to layer number 3 now. Okay, so for layer number 3, I'm going to keep a similar set of materials. Just adding the grey carpet in, took out the polished black stone wall and the grey concrete, replace that with black stained glass. I think that's about it really, because we're going to do the top side of the wings, which use a similar set of materials here. Start just here with a polished black stone slab above where this one was down there. Then we can corner off these stairs as well, so they were the same. That's fine. You can get rid of that now actually. Need the Acacia slab on top of the Acacia trapdoors there like that. And again, you can throw that away. I'm making a right mess on my world, but it's fine. 2 trapdoors facing outwards, and there as well. And then if we get the polished black stone slab, 1 there. Just 1 here as well. Like that, basically. Oh, that one goes there, sorry. Got confused there a second. Skeleton skull on the back, same place as the last one, just above it, slightly. This time we're going to do 2 dark oak fence gates. And then the chain again. And then, oh, we do need the stair again, actually. My bad. 1 of those there, and let's just do this on the other side. So 1 and 2, and then the chain. On top of these, you can use the grey carpet as well. And then just 1 more chain on the front. So like that. On the back here, we need the dark oak fence gate and then the wither skull. So that's the 3rd and 4th engines, respectively. So like that. Just take the lever, put that there. And I'm just checking we're all done with the back end here because we can move on to the front. If we use the grey carpet again just above where these dark oak trapdoors are, you can get rid of that now. We also need the black carpet just once, just there, next to where the signs are. Acacia trapdoor here. Now I've got a daylight detector just behind it, and recently, and I know this is going to sound really stupid, I use these all the time, but I never actually think of the implication of using them because of the function that they've got. And my world doesn't have a day-night cycle, so you know, for me, when I turn this on and put that back down, it stays like that forever. But then I know for people who have a day-night cycle, like half the builds are going to be flipped with like trapdoors and stuff when it comes nighttime. So I'm sorry about that if anyone's experienced that. Only thing I can suggest is to replace it with another trapdoor or something, or a slab, if you do have that issue with any of your builds. And I will try and find out if there's any that I can do some sort of fixes for in the future to make that a little bit less obvious. I only noticed because I did change my world tonight for the Christmas tutorials, which I've forgotten to do today actually, but it's okay. And I noticed that like half my things had all flipped the trapdoors, like the vulture droid. All the trapdoors were flipped. It was stupid. So yeah, surprising it took me that long to realise, but there we go. Polished slab there. This is the black stained glass, and we also need the polished stair again, facing forwards. We need the levers on the side of the glass here, and just flip those down, and it just gives that sort of more iconic cockpit shape, really, with the tapered edges, which is what we want. Last thing's just a single rail just there, and then another skeleton skull as detail in this gap here. You can replace that with pretty much anything though if you want to save the skeleton skull. Just any detail block like a button or a comparator or something like that, whatever works for you. And essentially, yeah, that is it for the landed mode. So what we're going to do now is quickly transition. We're going to copy the build over and move it up 1 block. And essentially, we will then convert that into the flight mode. So bear with me a second. Right, so you can see now I've got 1 X-wing and 1 slightly elevated and armless X-wing, which I've took the other wing off so that we can destroy it quite quickly, because that's kind of where you want to get down to with the build. So yeah, essentially it's a case of just removing those landing gear, from the bottom if you haven't already, or just obviously leaving them off if you were wanting this mode. Deleting the engines from this point, leaving those black stone walls, and then deleting the rest outwards now, because we got to move it all outwards. So you should end up with this, which is quite funny to look at. You're going to put 2 dark oak fence gates in there, and 2 there as well. With the polished andesite stairs, I'm going to put 1 just there above that fence gate, 1 there as well, and then 1 underneath the fence gate, and 1 there as well. Then with the polished blackstone stairs, do the corner ones like that. Same as what we did before, it's just 1 block difference in space. On the bottom half one, you're going to put a polished blackstone slab there, and also get the Acacia slab, which I'm going to steal from over here. You're going to put that on this one, just there. So on the bottom one, I guess we'll do this. On the corner stair here, do a bottom half Acacia slab, bottom half Acacia trapdoor, and then you just want a dark oak trapdoor there as well. And then 1 more polished blackstone slab like this. Then if we take the dark oak fence gate, that's 1 and 2. 1 skeleton skull on the back. It's just the exact same as last time really, except this time when you put the stairs down on the bottom half, you're going to put a grey carpet on top, which I'll just grab and do now. Like that. And then for the inside of the wings here as well, we're going to put a grey carpet there. I'm just going to quickly switch these materials around and put them, so there's a stone button here, and a polished black stone pressure plate on this one. And now move on to the, in fact, not move on yet, there's 1 more thing, which is the engine tip. Just a fence gate there, and then the wither skeleton skull, which I'll grab from over here. So just like that. Do the same on this top one, like so. So again, you should have a gap of 1 block in between. Acacia slab at top half this time, you want to put it next to the other one. Dark oak trapdoor, Acacia trapdoor, and polished blackstone slab here. On the back, just a normal skeleton skull. And then on the front, there's going to be 2 of the dark oak fence gates. Chain 1 of those here. Bottom half stair, grey carpet, and chain again. You should end up with this. And now we have to do all that on the left hand side. So I'm going to do this in a sped up fashion, which I don't really do much anymore. I don't do the speed ups very often, but I will do it for this one. And I will show you what that looks like in a second, but it's literally just a case of mirroring that down the center line. So let's go. Okay, I think that's all copied over. That was a lot quicker than I thought it would be from my end. My power is frightening. But yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah, cool. Day 5 of the tutorial's done. And I will quickly put these shaders on now, which just gives you another kind of lighting option for the builds if you do use shaders. So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so that's what this looks like. One thing I'm going to do, just put a polished blackstone slab there and there, because I did forget to do those. I did think I'd left something off, but yeah, that's sorted now. Cool, so that's the open mode there in the shaders, which looks really nice, and then the closed mode as well, which is, again, very nice. Got a nice view from the back of it there. The kind of back view is, I think, one of the most important angles you can get with the X-wing, especially if you're like a Battlefront player as well, or from any of the like X-wing games or Squadrons. I think that was in that game, right? I just can't remember. I didn't play Squadrons very much. For someone who loves the Star Wars ships as much as I do, I didn't really play Squadrons. It just wasn't quite my tempo. Yeah, that's going to be everything from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in day 6 of the Christmas tutorials in 2 days' time. Hopefully don't miss me too much until then. Yeah, see you later. Bye. Hey guys, before the video ends, I just wanted to let you know about my new schematic store. This is a place where you can download builds from the past, from tutorials that are out now, and even preview builds from the future. Link is in the description. Go and have a look, see if there's anything you like. And yeah, see ya.